At 2100 local time, Ukraine launched a drone attack nearly 3,000 kilometers into Russia, striking Omsk, a city Putin's government believed was completely out of reach. This is the night the Ukraine-Russia war broke the last real safe zone in Russia's fuel network. And once you understand what Omsk actually is, a former imperial gold vault, a backup capital, a Cold War industrial fortress, you'll understand why hitting it means something far bigger than one fire. On July 6, 2026, Ukraine's Special Operations Forces struck the Omsk oil refinery in western Siberia using upgraded FP-1 long-range drones, flying roughly 3,000 kilometers to reach the target, the longest strike distance of the entire war, and according to the manufacturer, Firepoint, a record for combat drone range anywhere in the world, not just in Ukraine. The drones hit the refinery's primary processing unit, responsible for around 38% of the plant's total output. Omsk Region Governor Vitaly Kotsenko confirmed the attack, saying several drones had broken through layers of Russian air defense, while NASA satellite imagery independently recorded multiple fire hotspots at the facility that same evening. And open-source investigators at Astra geolocated the footage circulating online to confirm the exact location within the complex. Russian officials said no personnel were injured, but within a day, industry sources told Reuters the refinery had halted operations entirely and suspended fuel sales on Russia's commodity exchange. Ukraine's military called it the last of Russia's 11 largest gasoline producers to be successfully hit. The aftermath unfolded in stages. On Tuesday, Putin's own envoy to the Siberian Federal District, Anatoly Seryshev, publicly confirmed that facilities at the refinery had been damaged, stating that specialists were assessing the site and had already begun repair work, though he notably declined to say how badly the strike had actually affected operations. Reuters later reported, citing two separate industry sources, that the specific unit knocked offline handled between roughly 24,538% of the plant's total processing capacity, and that the refinery had suspended all petrol and diesel sales on the St. Petersburg International Commodity and Raw Materials Exchange starting that same Tuesday. A clear signal, independent of any military statement, that the shutdown was real and immediate rather than symbolic. Here's what almost never gets mentioned about Omsk itself. This city was founded in 1716 as a frontier fortress under Peter the Great, guarding Russia's southern border. But its strangest chapter came in 1918 during the Russian Civil War, when Omsk briefly became the capital of the anti-Bolshevik white government under Admiral Alexander Kolchak. And for a period, the city physically held Imperial Russia's national gold reserves within its walls. Long before oil made this city strategically important, gold did. And Omsk's significance didn't end there. During World War II, as German forces advanced toward Moscow, Soviet planners drew up contingency plans to make Omsk the temporary capital of the entire USSR if Moscow fell. Around 100 to 200 factories were evacuated here from the Western Front, including facilities that built T-34 tanks. The industrial buildup was so significant that Omsk was later awarded the official Soviet title, City of Labor Valor. The refinery hit in July 2026 was built directly on top of that wartime industrial foundation, commissioned in 1955 once the city's oil processing infrastructure took over from its old tank factories. This wasn't just any refinery, it's Russia's single largest, processing around 22 to 23 million tons of crude oil a year and producing roughly 1 in every 6 liters of gasoline and 1 in every 7 liters of jet fuel used across the entire country. It even houses one of the most advanced gasoline refining units on Earth, ranked among the top 3 most powerful of its kind worldwide. Before July 6th, Omsk had never been touched by a Ukrainian drone since the full-scale invasion began. It was considered genuinely out of reach, protected by distance rather than defenses. And the timing of this strike is worth pausing on. It landed the night before a major NATO summit opened in Ankara, Turkey, with leaders from 32 countries in attendance. The same night, Ukraine's president confirmed a parallel strike on the Slavneft Yanos refinery in Yaroslavl, roughly 700 kilometers from the border, meaning Ukraine hit its deepest target of the war, and a major refinery closer to home in the same 24-hour window, while Russia simultaneously launched a missile and drone barrage on Kyiv that killed at least 19 people. Two wars happening in parallel on the same night on opposite ends of the map. So why does one refinery near the Kazakh border matter more than its size alone suggests? Because Omsk was never supposed to be reachable. It was the fortress city, the backup capital, the one place in Russia's fuel network that distance itself was meant to protect. And on July 6th, that protection ran out. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more breakdowns like this one.